This operation to regain control of Iraq's second largest city will likely continue for weeks, possibly longer. But to be clear, the thousands of combat forces who will liberate Mosul are all Iraqis.
ISIL is defeatable, and we'll see that in Mosul. Americans are in harm's way as part of this fight.
There will be dug-in troops, there will be tunnels, there will be suicide bombers, improvised explosive devices.
The battle for Mosul is on, now 1 day old. As we told you yesterday, started with the Iraqi Prime Minister's announcement. Take a look at the map. Mosul is surrounded by areas controlled by ISIS, but the city itself has roughly 1 million people there and some 4,000 diehard ISIS fighters. Now, you look at the U.S. troops in the area, it has steadily increased since June of 2014. Really, every month there's been something, and then you see the increase to 5,262 on the ground in September, looking to be a little bit more than that as well. Charlie, let's start with you. It's here. It's happening.
Yeah, and it's once again another complete, total admission that the administration's policy in dealing with the Middle East and Iraq specifically has been an absolute failure. It's been a disaster, and Hillary Clinton has, there are few people that you can blame other than President Obama as much for it than Hillary Clinton, because she voted for the war to begin with, and then changed her mind, of course. And the fact, it's just a testament to what an amazing election this has been, that here we are, weeks before the election, and this is not going to be an issue in the election, but it should be. It says an awful lot about her fitness as commander-in-chief.
Leslie.
Well, Mike Pence voted for that war as well, and he's the VP on the Republican ticket next to Donald Trump. In addition to that, I think that this actually shows, I don't think it shows failure, because the reason that these troops can go in, the reason the Iraqis and even the Kurds can go into Mosul is because they have 8,000, and now we have 30,000 that are against them, is because they have been weakened. And that weakening of ISIS, to me, is not a failure. That is a success. And in addition to that, I think that leading this 30-nation, gang against ISIS, if you will, just further proves why we have to stop to have conversations about bans on Muslims that are going to alienate Muslim allies and Muslim nations in the region, such as Iraq and the Iraqi people going forward.
George.
I assume that the Iraqi and allied forces who are launching this are familiar with Napoleon's axiom: if you start to take Vienna, take Vienna. That is, don't do it halfway. We're fighting a force that has no armor, no air force, no intelligence service, no heavy artillery. The outcome of this battle is not in doubt. What is in doubt is the collateral damage, both to people there. I mean, if there are 1 million people left there, that's probably the metropolitan area of Kansas City or Cincinnati. It's a big project, and it's much easier to capture a city than it is to dislodge someone who's been entrenched there, having captured it. And we live in the age of immediate, constant graphic journalism. So we're going to see some pretty messy stuff that will make it hard for us to persevere.
I mean, we should make clear, the general said that the Iraqis are the ones doing this fighting, but I've talked to special ops guys. They're right alongside. They're not going to go door to door, but they're going to take them right to the edge. And they're also laying the groundwork with airstrikes all around Mosul.
And it can't be done with airstrikes alone. I think that they're pretty uniform in saying that. But it does raise the question: where are we going to be after the election? Where, if this is not successful in the next 3 weeks, which it probably won't be, are we going to find ourselves with the new administration getting deeper into this conflict again?
Leslie, last word. Do you think this is an issue in this debate on Wednesday?
No, because I would disagree with you. And even though I'm normally a pessimist, I have an optimistic view of trying to take over Mosul. And if they do, then that really just, separates ISIS from Iraq. That was where the caliphate began, in a sense, in Iraq, obviously, 2 years ago. And then then next we look at Syria. In other words, this is a demon that can be defeated.
Final word, George.
If it should be, and it's unlikely to be, but if it should be a quick victory, that is before November 8th, Mosul has a different flag over it, that will be an election factor.
All right, panel, thank you.